Hey guys, how's it going? It's Al. I'm taking a little bit of time between the food conversations that happen live on Twitch to talk to you about the Week 9 top running backs on Draftkings. In NFL DFS, it's very important to identify the statistical categories that you want to look for to try and help you find statistical outliers. I actually have a lot of running backs to talk about today. I'm going to talk about 10 of them, and 6 of them actually fit into our 5-box running back conversation. What are the 5 boxes, you may ask? The 5 boxes that I take a look at for running backs, things that I like to check off individually, but when all 5 are ticked off all at one time, you get players that have the great possibility to outscore their fantasy expectation, at least by the historical, the back-tested data that shows that every one of these is extremely powerful. Are they playing at home? Are they favored? Do they have an expectation of touching the ball 20 times this weekend? Are they included in the passing game? And are they getting those high leverage touches inside the 5-yard line that most directly lead to touchdowns for running backs? Those are the 5 boxes. Now, individually, they're all great. When you put them together, usually you're going to identify the chalk, but sometimes you're going to find players that are also 5-box running backs because everybody can't be chalk. And like I said, there are 6 of them on this slate that check off all 5 boxes, so we can hopefully identify a couple of players that are going to come in at a low percentage that we can throw into tournament lineups this week and have a really good shot at maybe outplaying their projected totals and outplaying the field. So thank you for being here. Drop a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, ring the notifications bell, leave me a reply down below, and don't ask me no love. No love for this other running back that you didn't talk about. Guys, I can't talk about all 47 running backs that are available on this slate. I've narrowed it down to 10. I'm sure there are more that are in play. Hopefully you enjoy the video, and let's go.
He's a legend.
Just your quick reminder that the Smiz Gang Listener League is up again. Smizzle.tv/league will be the thing that takes you there every single week of the season. Easiest link to remember. Smizzle.tv/league. $10 entry, 3 max, 3,000 entrants, and all of the money that goes in goes straight out. Absolutely no rake. Best tournament that exists on DraftKings. So make sure that you get in there, and I will shout out all the winners, the top 10 players and finishers on the recap video on the second channel, Al Smizzle Games, here on YouTube. Our first 5-box running back of the week is Alvin Kamara playing up against Atlanta. Atlanta is, where are they? They're what? 6th in the league in terms of DraftKings points against for opposing running backs, or DraftKings points allowed to opposing running backs. Yeah, they're playing without their quarterback. Also, yeah, Alvin Kamara is still going to be massively involved, leading the entire Saints offense in terms of targets on the season and target market share on the season. Really solid floor, really high ceiling. I understand that Ingram is there now and like he may take some carries away, but carries aren't really why we're rostering Alvin Kamara here. He's going to get the bulk, like 80% of the inside the 5 carries. He's going to get the extremely valuable targets in this spot. You're going to have to pay up to get him because he is the priciest running back on the slate, and like by a $300 margin over Austin Eckler. So to get to him is going to might be difficult. I don't think it's super difficult, but like for cash games, I don't think you're going to see him all that much because there's, like every week, the last 3-4 weeks, there's a lot of running backs that come in cheaper that have a similar point expectation or a better point per dollar expectation than Kamara, but he is on the list this week. Ezekiel Elliott, our cover boy in this spot. Cowboys favored by 7.5 over the Broncos, who are trading pieces away as the trading deadline gets here. Von Miller already out of town. More pieces expected to go as well. Very involved in the passing game. Dallas expected to get Dak Prescott back here. One of the highest team totals on the week. And when they get in close, Ezekiel Elliott is still the guy. Pollard takes some snaps, but no running back anymore plays 100% of the snaps at running back or gets 100% of the touches. 2 years ago, we had like Christian McCaffrey getting like 98% of the snaps and touches for the Carolina Panthers, and he's hurt all the time now. Not saying it's a result of that, but this is why teams steer clear of doing that with their running backs. So you want to have that running back by committee. And as long as Ezekiel Elliott's getting 65 to 75% of the running back snaps and touches, he's involved in the passing game, gets a lot of carries on the ground, great offensive line, better expectation for points scored with Dak versus Cooper Rush, obviously. And anytime they get in close, they just feed Zeke. So big touchdown expectation as well from him, something that should not regress as the season goes along, as long as his deployment stays the same. Chuba Hubbard, 6,100. Not as involved in the passing game, at least not consistently as we'd like, but they have to feed him the ball. And look, it's not really that terrible a spot, as New England is kind of a middling defense this season. They're not like all that super scary. He has the ability to get us 15 to 25 DraftKings points. He is home. They are favored. Probably not my favorite running back on the week, but he's in the conversation because he does check off all 5 boxes. Joe Mixon, though, at 7,100, playing a ton of snaps on an absolutely amazing offense. 31 points, 41 points, 34 points. Like, this offense has really hit their stride this year as Joe Burrow has grown as a quarterback. He's progressed as a quarterback in his second year. He's gotten better. He's improved. And they added talent on the outside. So Joe Mixon not running against really heavy boxes. And look, he's getting it done for us and finding his way into the end zone. A lot of inside the 5 touches for him. Also very involved in the passing game. Yes, Samaje Perine is involved a little bit, but as we said before, nobody's getting 100% of the running back touches on their team. Joe Mixon remains in play for us again in week 9. Myles Gaskin. Oh, I know you're going to hate this one. I bet what percentage of the audience just rolled their eyes at me when they saw this Myles Gaskin slide come up? The Miami Dolphins are at home. They are favored. They're playing the Houston Texans, who have allowed the 10th most points to opposing running backs this season and the 11th most the last 4 weeks. Myles Gaskin is not all that super sexy. But if the Dolphins offense is going to get well, and coming off of a bad spot against Buffalo's defense performing very well, and Myles Gaskin playing more snaps and getting way more touches in the absence of Malcolm Brown, this does look like a spot where he should carry the ball maybe 14 to 16 times and get 4 to 6 targets, as their offense should be able to sustain drives. The Dolphins are a 7-point favorite, a solid team total for them this week. And I don't think that Gaskin is going to come in with very much weight on him in terms of tournament percentage. Not a lot of people are really geeked to play him. And so at that sub 6K price, I think it makes him an excellent play for tournaments. We might be able to unearth a little diamond in the rough here with him. Darrell Williams, based on what people saw, you can exploit what happens on island games, Monday nights, Thursday nights, because those games do tend to stick in people's minds. And all that people are going to remember from that game against the Giants was that the Chiefs offense looked bad again, and that Gore got a touchdown and was heavily involved on one. They just kept feeding Gore one drive. But Gore basically played one more snap than Jerick McKinnon did last night. And if you're not scared of Jerick McKinnon in order to roster Darrell Williams at 5,700, you shouldn't be scared of Gore either. Darrell Williams still playing 60+% of the snaps in Clyde Edwards-Helaire's absence. Got 6 targets in last night's game. Contributed, looked really good anytime that he touched the ball, and should theoretically be the guy that gets the lion's share of the inside the 5 touches at running back for a team that has made the most red zone trips in the season. So a good player on a good offense who has been efficient when he's touched the ball. He got game scripted out in week 7. I love the price this week for Darrell Williams in what is the highest total game, the most likely shootout game, probably the most trafficked game on the slate. And Kelsey should have more of a percentage than Williams, and Hill's going to have more percentage than Williams. And the Green Bay players like Devontae Adams, maybe MVS as they target Sorensen down the field, or the cheap tight end for Green Bay with Tunyon out. All those guys are going to catch more. So like, you're going to get the guy that might have the 6th highest percentage in that game in total for a really cheap price with really big touchdown upside. So I kind of like that one. Nick Chubb, 6,700. It's another week, and so I'm going to say we should play Nick Chubb again. I don't know. Like, I'm going down with the ship. I won't throw my hands up and surrender. I'm not going to do it. Especially with Kareem Hunt out. He's got to get more than one target. I'm just sick of it. Come on, Stefanski. Do the thing. Throw him the damn ball. That's all you got to do. Austin Eckler. Look, he's just solid. Similar to Kamara in the sense that, like, he's going to get thrown the ball a ton. And we love the fact that he's also getting those inside the 5 carries targets worth way more than carries for a running back. And they get the Eagles defense against running backs that have given up the second most points to opposing running backs on the season, 4th most over the past 4 weeks. So they've been bad all season long. And they continue to be bad now. It's not like, well, you know, they played a couple of tough games, but in the last 4 weeks, they've really been really good. No, they just give up points to running backs constantly. Every single week. So a great spot again for Austin Eckler, but you're going to have to pay up to get him. Zach Mosh, you don't have to pay up to get him, but I think he's going to be pretty popular as he has wrested the starting job away from Singletary, playing over 65% of the snaps each of the last 3 weeks. You do have inside the 5 touchdown upside here, but it is going to be shared with Josh Allen and then to a lesser extent Singletary as well, as he might be on the field. I like the usage in the passing game, and Zach Moss just looks really good on an offense that every week has a 30-point expectation every time that they step on the field. And now against Jacksonville, who's, you know, they're just not good. Okay, they're just not good as a defense, and this offense can go completely bonkers. I think that Josh Allen's stacks are going to be very popular, so Moss might present an opportunity for people to get different, but I'm not sure how different yet because it's Tuesday, and I don't know what percentages are going to be just yet because I don't think about that stuff until like way later in the week. But if he's a low percentage play, love him as a leverage play off of Josh Allen doubles. And if he's a high percentage play in cash, if he ends up being the guy, which I don't think is going to happen because he's not going to get 20 touches in this game. But you do have a good solid floor at a low price due to his usage in the passing game plus touchdown upside. And our last guy, way more usage in the passing game, C-Pat. His role is pretty much insured on this team. He is a big weapon for them anytime that they get close. With Ridley's absence, get well soon, Calvin Ridley. Hope that everything turns out all right for you. Get your life together. Do what you have to do, man. Get yourself back on the field whenever you feel that you are ready for that. But in your absence, Cordell Patterson has to take on a bigger role in this offense. A very solid floor with his usage in the passing game, as well as his deployment once they get inside the 20, the 10, and inside the 5-yard line. A way more talented and dynamic back than is Mike Davis, and way more used in the passing game. So a solid floor here, 6,300 with the upside that we've seen and flashed a couple of times already, averaging basically 3x his salary. And that seems to be able to be buoyed now by the fact that instead of playing 30 to 40% of the snaps, he's going to play 60 to 80% of the snaps as he has the last 3 weeks and should moving forward in Ridley's absence. That's the 10 that I got for you right now. I'm sure I left out your favorite running back, and I'm sorry. It wasn't personal. But drop a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell. Look out for another video right there.
He's a legend.